Joining me for lunch today is Mr. Ed Sheeran. Welcome back to Free Radio.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm really good. It's nice to be back in Birmingham.
Yes. So it was 18 months ago that you did our amazing intimate gig at the Hare and Hounds.
Was that 18 months ago?
It was 18 months ago, yeah.
Blimey.
I know. An example turned up and the whole thing was amazing. And Pharrell Williams. Now, he has helped out with your new album and this new song, Sing. How did you two come to meet?
He tweeted about the A-Team, so yeah, similar thing. And then I sat in front of him at the Grammys.
Okay.
Yeah, and just swapped numbers, I guess.
Did he sort of tap you on the shoulder and go, hey, Ed, I want to...
No, I made sure I went up to him because I'd seen the tweet and I wanted to kind of go up to him just so I could meet him. Then I could like tell all my friends, like, hey, I met Pharrell, because like Pharrell's the dude.
Yeah.
I guess.
He certainly is the person to work with at the moment. Because he's done Paloma and he's...
I think he's always been the person to work with. I remember when this is why record labels are idiots. I have a friend that's in a band that was talking to me about him doing a session with Pharrell, and his record label didn't want him to go in with Pharrell. This was like 2 years ago because Pharrell hadn't had a hit in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that. Like, your record label telling you not to work with Pharrell because he doesn't make hits.
Yeah,
like,
that just
mental.
doesn't make sense.
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's... I can't remember a time where he hasn't had a hit, but maybe there was a time. I don't know.
Well, your new song is called Sing. Just tell us a little bit how it came about.
He played me the main bass line riff, was like, what do you think? And I was like,
Right.
I'm not sure if that's for me. And he was like, man, just try it. And I was like, okay. And then like...
Was he quite bossy with it? He was like, no, I've got this song, you're going to do it.
Not bossy, because he played me probably like 10 ideas before that, and
Right.
I did the same. But with this particular idea, he was like, look, there's nothing to lose. You don't have to release this song, you don't have to put on anything, just try it. Just see if it works. And thankfully it did. It was a fun process. But like the way that we structured the song, he was like, yeah. So like when you go to those like soccer games and like the football crowd's going, oh, we need that in the song, and that should be the main hook. And I was like, yeah, all right. So then like we stuck that in, and he's like, and you know how like choruses like usually like get bigger, like we need to take everything out, just you and guitar. And I was like, oh okay, yeah. And then so it was. Yeah, it's a good thing.
It sounds quite intense to work with him. He seems quite calm in real life.
No, he's very calm. He's very soulful.
Okay.
It's kind of, being in the studio with him is kind of like a stand-up comedy gig. Because like he'll be really serious making music, and then you'll mention something, and then he'll just stand up and do like a routine for like 15 minutes about that one thing.
Now, one of the most moving things I've heard recently is what you did for this campaign that started on Twitter, Song for Trade, who sadly died recently. But her friends and family all got together, didn't they? And just tell us a little bit about the story, because she wanted you to sing in her sort of dying hours, and you did.
You know what? I wasn't sure what I was meant to do, because I just got loads of tweets with that hashtag, but not saying what I should do. And then some people saying that they wanted a song dedicated in October, and then some people saying it's really urgent. So I didn't really know. And then the independent paper, Ireland's Independent, got in touch and just basically said, ring this number now. She's only got 20 minutes left. And so I rang the number, and it was her brother. And yeah.
So it was this huge sort of online campaign for Triona. She was 15, wasn't she? She had cystic fibrosis.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's heartbreaking story, man. Really dark.
It is. And it all came together literally that quickly. There was a sort of online campaign among her friends, but in the last few minutes they were kind of...
Yeah, well, because I didn't realise it was that severe. I thought the friends were basically saying, like, when she's in town in October, like, can she come to a gig and can you dedicate a song? Which, of course, would have been fine, but no one really said it was that urgent. Yeah. And I was, like, midway through a press day, so I was going from one intense interview into the other, and then back into an intense... It was a really weird day to kind of process.
Yeah, it's quite an intense thing to happen, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh, especially as it was all so quick. Oh, well, good man for doing it.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
I shouldn't really take any credit for that, though. I think if you're in a position where you can do stuff like that, you should do it, and not really.
Well, many wouldn't, though. This is a thing.
It's a 5-minute phone call, man.
I know.
Like, I think a lot of people would do that. I think anyway.
You'd hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What can we expect from a big arena tour from Ed Sheeran? Because we've seen you in an intimate gig, or about 20 of us have. So how does that grow? Because we could all see exactly what you were doing with your amazing pedals. And
well, it's the same thing with the pedal. It's just you do it on a bigger scale. I've got a better pedal. better guitar,
Just a bigger pedal and a bigger guitar.
you know, a better light show. I study how other people perform, and I went to go and see Bob Dylan at the NEC actually, and I really like Bob Dylan, but didn't really like the show. I didn't really recognize one song. But then I went to go and see Paul McCartney at the NEC again. I don't know why I come to Birmingham all the time, but I do.
Because it has all the best gigs.
Yes, I knew every single song. He just played hit after hit after hit. So I think with my shows, I want to do McCartney and just play the songs that people know, and have a gig that's very entertaining.
Yeah.
Rather than like, visually stunning, but you leave it being like, oh, I wish he'd played this song.
Well, some gigs people do like to come out and show off their new material. I've been to I went to the Backstreet Boys, right? And instead of doing the hits, which you'd expect, they all came out with guitars and tried to do solo songs. Like, here's my new solo material.
That's unacceptable.
It is
because the
unacceptable.
Backstreet Boys have so many hits.
Yeah.
Do not do that.
But
Ever
they
again.
obviously think that these. No, right?
That's
You tell them.
not fair. Like,
No.
if I go and watch the Backstreet Boys, I want to hear everybody.
No, it's just Brian with his guitar.
No, mate. Like, cool. Do that. Like, do that elsewhere. Do that and like
Intimate
if you-
gigs.
Well, no. If you have your own Brian gig, like I'm Brian, I'm going to play some new songs.
Yeah.
Come on down. Fine. Like I did the Albert Hall and I played 2 new songs, even though the album's coming out, just because I know that isn't what people want to see. Once the album's out, that's going to be what people want to see. But if I wanted to play new songs, you'd book a venue, say, I'm only going to play new songs, and then people will come down and that's what they expect.
Well, the thing is, if you're doing songs...
Backstreet Boys, what are they doing, man?
What are they
Come on.
doing? I know. Pussycat
Play
Dolls
hits.
did the same thing. I don't know why I go to these gigs. What is wrong with me? Yeah, a bit self-indulgent, is it,
Yeah.
I guess? Yeah. Okay.
I-
An important message from Ed Sheeran to pop.
I don't agree with it. If you're a proper muso and people go to your gigs to witness the musicianship, a la Eric Clapton or anyone like that, Stevie Ray Vaughan, like, do it. Fair play. Like, go ahead with music. But if you're a pop star, play your pop songs.
Brian. Anyway, we'll leave it there.
Sorry.
It's good. It's good.
I'm getting really passionate
a
about
good,
that, but I
entertaining
just
gig
don't-
that we know the songs at is what you're going to do in October.
I love Backstreet Boys. I wouldn't want to go
Yeah,
to a Backstreet
absolutely.
Boys gig and not hear the hits. That would really annoy me.
They did some of them.
Yeah,
sort
but
of
you need to do all.
reluctantly.
But imagine if they'd done it back to back to back, like all hits. You'd
Yeah.
walk away from that being like, the Backstreet Boys are sick. I'm going to check out their new music. Well, but like Timberlake as well. When I saw Timberlake, it was one of the best shows I'd ever seen because it was just back to back hits. Like people need to do that more.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was a tiny room as well.
So he's an entertainer.
Yeah, I think he's probably, him and Beyonce are 2 of the best performers I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because they just go back to back hits. Drake as well and Jay-Z, like they do it properly.
That's true. Actually, Beyonce, her tour is virtually... There's no album tracks from the latest album in it at all. She's still doing Crazy in Love, Single Ladies,
Oh no,
Halo.
no, she does the
couple
good
of-
songs from the new album. She does like Flawless and Drunk in Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sort of mixes them in with the thing. So there's no sort of...
You wake up
Yeah.
flawless. Yeah.
Amazing. Right. Ed, thank you very much for coming in. Really looking forward to the album. The single is obviously amazing, as we've just heard. And the tour as well.
Thank you.
2014 is going to be brilliant for you.
Never a dull moment. Free Radio.